the Capitol. The gentlewoman from Hampton, Ms. Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise for a point of personal privilege.
Gentleman may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today, in recognition of Black History Month, I would like to share a quick story with you. And this story is about a tree, but it's not just any tree. It is an oak tree. An oak tree in and of itself is strong, mighty, and majestic. But I want to share with you an oak tree that is just that and so much more. The oak tree that I am talking about is on the grounds of Hampton University. Its branches spread more than 100 feet. It is impressive. It is inspiring. It is stately. It is majestic. It is splendid in appearance. In addition to all of that grandeur, it is perhaps the most historically important and the most significant living tree in the Commonwealth. I am speaking about the Emancipation Oak on the grounds of Hampton University in the city of Hampton. Let me tell you about its remarkable history. First of all, let's go back in time to before the Civil War. During this time, it was forbidden in Virginia to teach slaves how to read and write. But that did not stop the intrepid Mary Smith Peake, a free woman of color, from teaching in her home. However, in 1861, the fleeing Confederate forces burned the city of Hampton, including Mary Peake's home. And in that same year, General Benjamin Butler from the Union Army near Fort Monroe declared that slaves were now contraband of war and would not be returned to their former owners. As a result, slaves just flooded into the area for their first taste of freedom, and they set up encampments beyond the fort. With few buildings left in the city, Mary Peake, again in defiance of Virginia law, educated children and adults sheltered by the grand shady oak tree. The students were escaped slaves who had left nearby plantations in search or for asylum. 2 years later, in 1861, under the shade of that same oak tree, newly freed African Americans heard the first readings in the South of Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, hence the name of the tree, the Emancipation Oak. Shortly after the Civil War, a school was founded on this site where roots began with this tree, and it would grow into Hampton University. It is one of the nation's oldest historically Black universities. The tree still flourishes on the campus, and its canopy now covers about 100 feet of ground. The tree is ironically close to the Hampton Roads Harbor, which was the site in 1619 where the first Africans were brought here against their will. The Emancipation Oak still serves as a beacon of freedom, hope, and education. It is still the desired location for important events in the community today. It was under the Emancipation Oak in 2003 that my predecessor, the Dr. Mary T. Christian, announced that she would retire from office and that she introduced me as a candidate for that seat. So you could understand why this place is so special to me. And in May 2010, a piece of the Emancipation Oak was presented to the nation's first African-American president, Barack Obama, as he delivered the commencement address at Hampton University, because the Emancipation Oak is a treasure, not only to the city of Hampton, but it is a sign of better days to come for the entire Commonwealth. It is truly a symbol of hope and of determination for all people who have had to make a way out of no way. So if you are traveling on I-64 East, I invite you to take the last exit before the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. and go into the grounds of Hampton University. And there you will see the tree in all of its majesty on what I call hallowed ground. I promise you, you will be just as moved as I have been by its history. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.